an evening visit. Hello. How are you? I've been doing a lot of research lately, looking into the history of crochet. I'm part of a very fun collaboration coming in October, diving deep into the history of fiber arts, mostly crochet focused. And in doing that, I've checked a lot of resources and wandered over to eBay and ordered something special that I'd love to share with you. Unfortunately, the item predates the time frame that I'm looking into, but nonetheless, crochet as a craft is just incredibly interesting. I found this hook on eBay, and looking into it, I'd like to introduce you to Mary Eliza Fitch, Fitch. Incredible woman. Oh wow, where do I even start to tell you about her? I found a little blurb written by Sharon Helm, her great-granddaughter. It's a brief little history of Mary and a bit of her life. It says, after she was married, so I haven't been able to find any research really on the early years of her life. It says, after she was married, Mary began her own business as a publisher of needlework patterns. I have found many, many pattern books on eBay. They are very expensive. The time frame that we're talking about is 1915 to 1919. So having known that they've survived that long without being tattered or color crowned on is just remarkable. It says that she became known for one of the best needlework designers of her era, creating some of the most elegant patterns of the Gilded Age. Beginning in 1914, her series of instructional books of crochet and tatting patterns were sold through W.T. Woolsworth, a company mail-ordered catalogs. Can you imagine seeing a pattern that, you absolutely love, writing a letter, waiting for the letter to be delivered by, well, maybe not pony, and then waiting for your pattern to arrive and then trying to find the materials for it? I would go crazy. I get so excited when I buy a pattern on Etsy and then I wait for it to just be delivered to my email. In 1917, she patented a measuring rule. Very interesting. That's got to be huge in the crafting world with gauges and everything else, and especially seamstress. And manufacturing her own line of crochet hooks with the initials MEF. That's what led me to learning about Mary, was that I saw this crochet hook and it had, instead of a year that it was made, it was just under vintage crochet hook. It had a time period on it. Very interesting. MEF embossed in the ivory handles. I did not buy the ivory one. I bought a very early plastic. Her pattern collections were lovely, and often the instructions were easier to follow than most others of the era. She designed a large assortment of delicate patterns for a fashionable lady of the Edwardian era, which includes sweaters, tea jackets, wraps, scarves, evening bags, bodice appliques, and simple edgings for linens, table centerpieces, and runners. At the end of this video, I put a few pictures together of just some stunning work. I'd love to share those with you. And I've tried to put the pattern titles on them too, if it's something you're interested in. I think most of those pictures came from Ravelry, but some of them did come from eBay. Mary was very artistic and expressed her talent not only in needlework, but she was a fine portrait artist as well. She painted an oil portrait of her son, Edwin, when he was 8 years old. Can't imagine having an 8-year-old sit still for a portrait. She's quite a woman. She also enjoyed porcelain painting. Mary Fitch was so successful that after her husband's death in 1919, which is also when I noticed that the pattern book publications didn't really extend past 1919, she traveled around the world 3 times and lived in Paris, France for several years. It's just an incredible life. The article did go on to mention a few different pattern designers of the time, and there were descriptions of their patterns. But my interest was in Mary because of this item from eBay. I have a thread project that I want to work on, and I have a thread hook. It has a wooden handle. I don't know if it's in here. It's a steel hook. It's not in here. It's a steel hook, and somebody made a wooden bulbed piece on it. I love that hook. I could sit there and fillet crochet for hours. And you know those little hooks, I mean, just that grip really wears your hand out. But with that wooden bulbed piece, oh, I love it. So I was on there looking for one of those hooks so that I could make a curtain for the bathroom window. And I found this. I haven't opened it yet. I thought it was extremely rare that it was in the case. Look at that. Oh, how dainty. Absolutely incredible. Are we ready? I'm clumsy, but Oh, wow. So it's a size 5 crochet hook. And on the inside of it is a little piece of velveteen in there. And here's the hook. Nice, flat, but it gives you that little bit of space. That's a little 5 stainless steel hook. No rust. It's got a really nice sharp point on it for digging into those, to the tops of those stitches. And it does. It says MEF5. Patent APLD, applied for. So this is before her patent was granted. I was able to find a picture of her patent. And it's in the picture lineup coming up. Absolutely incredible. It almost has like a wood grained look to it. It's in amazing condition. It is absolutely incredible to hold something in my hands. So delicate, so useful. It's utilitarian. They design so many beautiful things. This hook is designed so many beautiful things. Wow. How incredible. I will have to do it justice. We're going to have fun with this. I have a fillet crochet pattern in mind to make I'm going to use a tension rod in the bathroom. I was watching Paige, and she made some window decorations for her sister, and I was thinking, my bathroom's so plain. Started this whole journey. So I have an amazing hook, and I learned something. I learned something incredible about an amazing woman in the crochet world. It's just absolutely fascinating how we can take threads, strings, fibers of so many different sizes, and we can take a hook and tie a knot. And if you tie that knot in a certain way repetitively, you end up with a pattern that you can document. You can write it down. You can share it over the world. And it was a lot of effort to do that in the beginning, the pioneers to the industry, right? I'm having so much fun. I hope everyone is looking forward to October. Love to share that with you. I'm working in the background trying to get it all going. But please enjoy the pictures, and thank you so much for visiting me tonight. Bye. Take care, friend.